Good morning and welcome to the Fairy Coach Tarot channel. My name is Raquel. Thank you for being here, being a part of this channel. And today is Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. And on Sundays, we have an interactive tarot where we look at the energy forecast for the week ahead, or what Spirit wants us to know for this week and what's the advice. It is an interactive tarot. It is meant for this coming week. So let me tell you, will be from Monday, June 22nd to Sunday, June 28th, right? And another thing that we also look at is what is the moon during this time. And today is the first quarter, so we have the energy of the moon increasing, right? This is the first quarter where the moon's energy is going up, all the way to the full, right? So we also keep that in mind. Now, no matter when you're seeing this message, there are certain things I want to tell you. So first, if you're seeing this message in the future, if it's not the week that this video was meant for, know that something brought you here. You're here for a reason. So there may be a message you need to hear that you can apply to your life or to the situation you are now facing. So just know that. So even if it's not the week, you're here for a reason. The other thing is this is a general message for the collective, even if we do it interactive. So again, take what resonates, let go and release the rest. Do not force anything. And if you're interested in looking at your particular situation, what you are going through, if you need clarity, accompaniment during a period of transition, of life transition, changes, or you need clarity and support, I offer private online sessions that can be done from anywhere in the world, and we can do them either video call, phone call, or chat. All right. And we have 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour. And I also offer pre recorded readings. All right. Now that we got all the housekeeping out of the way, let's get started. And we begin by grounding, centering, and connecting with the breath. So follow along if it feels comfortable to you. All right. And also, I do encourage you to be in a place when you watch this video that you are undisturbed, that you can connect, because we connect energetically when our attention is in something. So if there is noise or you're being distracted, then it's harder for your attention to be in the present moment. All right, so follow along if this feels comfortable to you, but I prepared everything before the sacred space, before I start recording. But then here with you, I plant my feet on the ground, right? Barefoot, I stretch those feet, and then I imagine those roots, energetic roots, going from the sole of my feet all the way down to the center of the earth, right? And I let go. I let go of tension. I let go of what's not mine to carry. I let go of dense energy, all right? And then I take my two hands, put them in the center of my chest, right where the heart chakra is. So I can vibrate in the frequency of love, and this reading can be infused with love. And then finally, we take a deep breath together. Let's inhale through the nose, hold, and gently exhale, exhaling through the mouth and elongating that exhale. All right, I think we are all set. You can roll your shoulders back if you need to. Gently move the neck side to side and front to back. All right, now intuitively pick the deck or that fairy that calls you. And I apologize, my cat's going by. All right, ready? If you need more time to choose your deck or your fairy, you can pause the video. Okay. Let's begin with the pink fairy for those of you who picked this one. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are, besides moving the cards from side to side, we're going to set the intention and tell the cards what we want. So we are going to look at the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end of the week, right? What is the energy forecast? What is the advice Spirit has for us? Right, this is a beautiful deck. It's the Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck, right? And it's very mystical. You'll see it's kind of spooky in a way, but in a good way. All right. So let's set the intention for the cards. Please give us guidance, insight, and advice for our week, the beginning of the week, the end of the week, and that middle of the week. And we ask in love, in light, for our highest good. So that end of the prayer of protection. All right, let's begin with the beginning of the week. All right, one card, the beginning of the week. Then now the middle of the week. All right, two cards. And the end of the week. Oh, we got two cards again, so we honor all the cards that want to come out. All right. So, the beginning of the week. Who answers our call? The Chariot, Major Arcana, Major Advice. Beautiful card to begin the week. All right. Remember, we have that energy of the moon that is increasing. We just passed, well, today, the first quarter of the moon. All right. So, the energies of the moon are not only increasing, but it means that anything in our life is getting more elevated, is escalating, right, in a way. So the Chariot is a major arcana, and it gives you major advice, and it reads that the energies right now are ones of a lot of movement, right? There is a fast movement forward. And it is not only just a movement like it could be a night, it is telling you, you know what, things are getting that momentum. So things are manifesting fast, but it's not that you just are manifesting anything, is that the Chariot is a card of success, right? So it is that the energies are there for anything that you start this week, right? You will be successful at, right? So, what question will this card ask you? All right. First, most cards ask you for intention, or I make sure of that. What is it that you want? Right? What is it that you want this week, knowing that you have successful energy and movement going? And then this card gives you the advice of adding your own action. So, what actions will you take? Right? Because the energy forecast is telling you successful energies and fast, rapid movement. Now you need to add here your actions, right? And be clear about what you want. So, very positive card to begin your week. Remember that energy of the moon increasing, increasing, increasing. So, one advice I would say for working with the moon energy. When you work with the moon energy, what you do is you make sure that whatever it is your goal, that it is aligned with that moon energy, right? So if I put an example, if your goal is to start a business and we have the energy of the moon that is in the last quarter or is decreasing, that means that the moon's energies are not pushing that, right? Doesn't mean that you cannot be successful. I'm sure there are people that do not work with the moon and they, but when we work spiritually with energy and we add that energy of the moon, we try to have that last push that helps us. So right now we are in the first quarter, and this is telling you that the tarot is telling you there are also successful energies that are increasing here. So that means anything that you want to start right now or that you wanted to gain momentum is the right way. So not a good way to let go of things, but anything, any goal, anything that you want to be successful of, that you want to just make sure that if you write that goal, if you meditate on it, that you phrase it in a way that it is increasing energy towards success. All right, into that. All right, now let's look at the middle of the week and who answers our call. The Six of Wands and the Nine of Wands. All right, Wands, that's fire energy. All right, and the Six of Wands, first card, so they would be the protagonist, and then we have here the supportive character of the Nine of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands, that's another card of success, right? In traditional tarot, you see a person in a horse just with others cheering them on as they are. So, what this is telling us is that the week starts with the major arcana of success, right? Of like energies moving forward. And the Six of Wands tells you the same thing. So, there is a lot of movement still going forward, still going of success. So still a very positive energy. Such that's the energy forecast. Now, the Six of Wands and the Nine of Wands together, right? So we have the Nine of Wands that it is that last push. So it's telling you, all right, energies are still going strong for you to be success. Again, keep putting your effort here, keep putting your own actions on things, right? Because there may be that sense of like, goodness, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of always making effort. I'm tired of always doing the last push. But this is what the Nine of Wands lets you know. It's you need to keep going, all right? You need to motivate yourself. So the main message here for you would be keep going, keep doing your part with all this energy forecast of success, and do not give up. Now, my question for you, my coaching question for you is what can help you stay motivated if you feel in the middle of the week that your energies are going down towards whatever it is that you're working to? If you are working towards projects, towards advancing your career, towards entering a relationship, strengthening your relationship, whatever it is, if you feel in the middle of the week that there is a little dip, how can you keep yourself motivated? All right, right? Ask what is your why for wanting what you want? What is your why? Right? And keep motivating. Very, very, very beautiful cards of success and rapid movement forward. All right, and the weekend. All right, here for the weekend, we have the Seven of Swords. Interesting. And the Queen of Swords. So we go from the fire element, major arcana, then fire element, to wands, to two swords, that it is the air element. So once think of intention, right? So when you move from the Chariot, major arcana, major advice here into wands, a lot of intention, right? Last effort, intention, and movement. And here we have swords. So swords, more the air element, the intellect, communication, right? And the Seven of Swords, it's a tricky card because it's a card of I see it as trust, right, and deception sometimes. And it is a card that is telling us, all right, something in the air is not making us trust, right? And the important question here for you for the weekend is it yourself that you're not trusting? Is it another person? It is the situation specifically. So the Seven of Swords is asking you, examine what's going on around you, right? Examine, be observant about if there is something that just feels funny to you, that feels like something's off, right? Or if it's that you are not trusting, but it has nothing to do with the current situation or with the person that you're interacting with. If it's more because something has been triggered, so no matter what is, it's the weekend energy tells you, pause for a second and please observe around you if there is something that feels off, right? Again, it could be that um, something around your situation, something around the people around you, someone has an agenda and it's not to be truly trusted, or it could also be that something in your current situation, in what you're going through or with the people you're going through, is triggering something around about is triggering something that is making you doubt and have that mistrust. So because it is swords, I do highly advise to get also, besides observing, get clarification. So talk, communicate. And here is where the Queen of Swords comes in. This, I've said it a lot of times. I love all tarot cards. They all have their lights and their shadows. I always say it, but and all the queens, right? But the Queen of Swords is sometimes the queen that a lot of people do not like, and I actually love when the Queen of Swords comes, because the Queen of Swords, she's not mean. She is just she's very intelligent, right? She doesn't she's not that she does not have intuition, because she does it. She has intuition. This is a queen, is a feminine energy. It's not the gender here we're looking at, it's that feminine energy. So there is intuition, but she's swords. So there is intuition, but she also uses her mind and she uses her communication. So let me tell you why this is perfect together. So in during the weekend, there is an energy that something's off. It could be something real that's off, like somebody is not being clear, transparent, or true, right? Or it could be that something is triggering a wound that you have that is making you mistrust. So, either way, even if it's happening or it's not, and it's your trigger. The queen says, observe, just like she does. She observes from a very intellectual place. So you observe, you let your intuition talk, but you observe. And then choose your words and the conversation or the questions to ask and clarify. All right? All right, let's look at it all together. I put it like this so all the cards fit. So, beginning of the week, we have a lot of momentum, energy, really fast movement, and really successful. So, very beneficial week to begin something and to for it to be successful. Middle of the week, that energy continues, right? So what actions can you take? But then we encounter the Nine of Wands. So motivation, how can you stay motivated for those things that you want? Ask your why. Then the weekend, things shift energetically. So there is an energy of mistrust, of possible deception, or of something that gets triggered here. So what does our queen say? Observe. Use your intuition, but also use your intellect, your discernment. And take your sword, that's ask questions, clarify, communication. All right. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this message as somebody may need to hear it. And you also help me, so thank you. And if you want us to look at your particular situation, reach out. The links will be below in the description. I offer online sessions that can be done from anywhere in the world. There is something for every budget. And I also offer pre-recorded readings. Now, let's look at our blue fairy for those of you who picked this one. All right. So let me tell you about this deck. Very interesting deck. This is the Tarot of Oppositions, right? And what is cool about this deck is that it has half of the deck you'll see is the tarot's image, the light, right? Like I say, and the other side of the card is the shadow side, right? So it gives you both ways to look at the cards. Now, for the tarot readers that read reversals, I'm sure they just turn them around. I don't read reversals. And the reason is because I do feel that a tarot card has a lot of information already. And based on the entire reading, and I use intuitive psychic reading as well, it's how the cards also get interpreted. So I know the meanings straight and reversed, but I already get the entire meaning that way. So I don't do the reversals for that. Remember, really fast, I always like to put this in my videos, is that different tarot readers use the tarot in different ways. And even if they have the same way to use it, they have different styles. Tarot is a tool. There is not really a right or wrong way. It's different styles and different ways to read. For some people, they read reversals. Other readers do not. Some readers do fortune telling, that they do predictions. Other readers do not, and they either use therapeutic, or they use reflective, or they use how I use it. For me, I do divination, but divination for me is not predictive in fortune telling, right? So divination is a conversation with the divine, with spirit and the spirit world, right? Our spirit guides. So I get the cards, they are signs, right? They are an energy forecast. And then I use my coaching expertise. I'm a board certified coach and holistic practitioner to ask questions. So the reason here is to empower you so you can make the best decisions for your life. Now, after all my spiel of why I do not read reversals, let's get started. So let's move the cards a little bit, move them around, even though they've been prepared prior, and give them a little knock. And now let's set the intention. Please give us guidance, advice, and insight to our week, the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end of the week. In love, in light, for our highest good. And so it is. Ooh, right. 2 cards, the beginning of the week. Okay, interesting. All right, now the middle of the week. One card. And now, put it here, the end of the week. 2 cards again. All right. I do it like this just to create a little separation, but we could do it like this as well. All right. All right, the beginning of the week, who answers our call? And we have the protagonist. All right, look at this. And it is the Devil card. Major Arcana, Major Advice. And here, supporting it, we have Temperance, another Major Arcana, Major Advice. Now, let me show you what I meant. So this is the light Every card has its light and its shadow. And this is why this deck is so beautiful. So you see, this is the light of the devil, and this is the shadow of the devil. All right, now let's look at temperance. The light of temperance, the shadow side of temperance. Interesting, isn't it beautiful? All right, so you got two major arcanas, very major advice here. And what is this telling about the energy forecast for the week? So, the energy, don't be afraid of the devil. So, the energy is telling that the week at the beginning is actually a time to reflect on what a bondage do we have, what are attachments do we have, right? So the beginning of the week is calling for us to be careful what attachments, what bondages, what addictions, what anything that has a hold on us, a hold on our soul, right? And that could be anything. It could be anything that is impacting our life in a negative way. Such, yes, it could be an actual addiction to things like substances, alcohol, or gambling, or anything like this. But it could also be we can be addicted to any other thing, addicted to social media, kind of developing this unhealthy attachment to another person and feeling that we are kind of addicted to them because it's a high and low in the relationship that makes it so unhealthy. It could be addiction to food, it could be addiction to many things. So think about this. Think about the beginning of this week as for you to take inventory of anything that is taking a hold of your soul right now. Anything that feels like, oh, I need this. In reality, the truth is that we do not need much, right? In order to survive, we need air, we need food, right? As for emotional wellness, we need people that treat us well or not. We don't even need that. We need to treat ourselves well. So anything else that you feel that has a hold on your soul right now, and many times it is relationships, and it is that we, without noticing, become dependent on someone else, right? And it could be an intimate relationship, it could be even a friendship, it could be a group of friends or a group of people that we work on, that we're addicted to their response. So we want that external validation from them. So this card is just telling you right now, examine what has a hold on yourself, on your soul, right? And temperance is the complete opposite, right? So temperance tells you about the importance of patience, the importance of moderation, right? Of being cautious, right? So, what these cards are telling you is that this week, the beginning of this week, is a good moment for you to really reflect on what has a hold on your soul right now. Examine if there is anything that right now needs to be worked on. Either it is addictions, either it is unhealthy habits, it either is being untruthful, whatever it is. This is a time for you to examine it. The Spirit wants you to examine what's going on. And then it says, and it's time to heal it, to add temperance. Temperance is always an angel, right? So temperance, right? Heal it. Be patient. Temperance is asking you for patience, for moderation, right? For gentleness, and all of that. So just examine and then heal it. So the questions here, the coaching questions are: what is taking a hold on your life? on your soul that needs to be examined. Addictions, habits, things that you do, really reflect on that. I would even say journal about it if you can. And then how can you add healing? How can you change that habit? What can you do to be more patient, to be more moderate, and to be kinder to ourselves? Because sometimes we have unhealthy habits because of guilt, shame, trauma, anything that needs to be healed. So, what can we do to heal it? What is that first step we need to take? Now, the middle of the week. Whoa, interesting. So, for the middle of the week, we got the Three of Wands. Again, the light of the Three of Wands, the shadow of the Three of Wands. All right, Three of Wands, that is the fire element. We're vibrating in the energy of the three, that threes are growth, are creation, right? And the Three of Wands, very interestingly, is telling you, all right, here the energy was to examine what could have a hold on you and to be moderate, right? To make different choices. And these Three of Wands is telling you, make a decision, make this something that's a decision that you make, right? And you move forward with determination, right? So it is, if it is, let's say, an example, an addiction or a habit, and you understand the steps that you need to take to heal it. So the beginning of the week, the middle of the week is now move ahead. The energy is an energy, it's a vibration of a three, right? And three is creation and even growth. So we are vibrating on that energy, and once is the fire and the fire element, sorry, that it is that intention. So move ahead with determination based on the decisions you make here in the middle, in the beginning of the week. Also know that the middle of the week with this vibration of three, that it is creation and growth, is that things also will grow fast. There is growth around it. Now, it is not like when we were looking at the Chariot or the Six of Wands that it is success. This is growth, but just like this card shows, growth can be in a positive way, or it can be a negative way to grow. Something that grows, but it's negative in our life. So that's where your intention comes in. What are you growing? Where is your intention? Make sure that you are taking steps and growing towards the light aspects or what's healthy for you. Now let's look towards the end of the week and who answers our call. We have, the Lovers, all right, Major Arcana, and the Hierophant. So two major arcana, major advice. So look at this interesting reading for you. You begin with two major arcanas and you end the reading with two major arcanas. So again, major arcana, major advice from Spirit. Let me show you the Lovers, the light side of the Lovers, the shadow side of the Lovers. And now the light side of the Hierophant, the shadow side of the Hierophant. All right. So the lovers, choice, important decisions, relationships, right? All of that is the lovers card. And the lovers is about making choices and decisions with the vibration of love, knowing that love is the highest vibration. It is the highest frequency. It heals us, it advances, it's the highest. And when we make decisions based on love, that's when things start going well in our life. So very important for this weekend that you connect again. Every time the lovers come out, I tell you, connect with that heart chakra energy, with love. And it's when we vibrate in love, it just means we we want we want goodness, right? We are goodness and we want goodness for others, right? And it is a goodness that it is not loud, not harsh, but it is gentle, it is soft, right? And it is the intention, it's not only the good deeds, but it is that intention that is there, right? Again, very similar to what temperance is telling us, you know. All right, so we have that there is this energy, the energy forecast for the weekend is that it's an important time to make decisions. And here it's very important that the decisions, anything that you choose out of love. So relationships in your life that are pressing you one way or another, it could be a good time to heal any arguments or these arguments or estrangements that you have with people that you care about. It is also that energy of yes, good for relationships, any sort of relationship that you want to heal. This is a good time to make those choices out of love, perhaps even reach out, right? And then we have the Hierophant, right? And the Hierophant, the supporting card that adds here to the Lover's card, wants you to learn something from what you're going through, right? So the Hierophant is telling you whatever it is that you're going through, or even if you're looking at the entire week, what is the lesson that you can extract from it? What is something, reflect on that what is something that you have learned this week and from the decisions you're making, right? But also the Hierophant wants you to know that if you are stuck in some decisions that you need to make, in some problems, in some relationships in your life, that sometimes getting an outside perspective and help from someone else to mediate, to give you advice, could be beneficial for you. All right, so really good reading for you. Very interesting. You start with two major arcana, you end with two major arcana. So let's recap here. Time to really check in with yourself, addictions, habits, anything that is not good for you. It has a hold on yourself or your soul. How to heal it, practice moderation, patience, right? And how to heal this. Remember, in the middle of the week, there is an energy of growth and more with the moon. That remember, the moon is growing too right here. So be determined and be intentional, right? And here, the end of the week, an energy to heal relationships, arguments, anything that needs to be healed. Make decisions out of that energy of the heart chakra love and ask for help if you need to. Now, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also share this video. There may be somebody who needs to hear all these things. And remember, general reading for the collective. Take what resonates, let go of the rest. And if you need us to look at your particular situation, I offer those private sessions. You have the link below in the comments for private sessions or pre-recorded readings. So go to my website and my Gumroad storefront. As I said, the links are in the comments. All right, let's now look at the yellow fairy. All right, for those of you who picked this one, this is a smaller deck. It's the stained glass deck. It's what's good about this deck is that it's very small, and sometimes the smaller decks are easier to manage, right? But also very cute. So let's set the intention for this deck. Please give us insight, messages, and guidance for our week, the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end of the week. And we ask in love, in light, for our highest good. And so it is. All right. Ooh. Settle, settle. Okay. beginning of the week, one card. Oh, here more than one card came out, two. Middle of the week and end of the week. One card. All right. Pretty straightforward, this one. So let's begin with who answers the beginning of the week. The Two of Wands. Look at that. So wands, fire element, energy of two choices right now. So what is the Two of Wands telling us about the energy of how we begin the week? So it's telling you it's a beginning of a week of decisions right now. No more than decisions, no, not decisions, choices. Choices that you need to make, choices that will affect how the rest of the week go for you, and whom it may also change the direction of some things. So it's starting by choices. So question to be asked: what choices do I need to make right now that will impact the things that I want? Remember, once is the fire element, so it's your intention. And here you have choices. So what choices are you facing right now? So it will be different from anyone, right? So what is it that you want, right? What is it that you are trying to manifest, to bring into your life? And knowing that the tarot is telling you there is an energy that an important choice needs to be made, right? So what choices do you think are important right now for you? Is that something that you need to a choice that you need to make on leaving something behind? It is a choice of, are you in between two things? Even if somebody is between two partners. So what choices right now? What is an important choice that you need to make? And it says the beginning of the week, it's a week to actually make those choices, even if it's also could be a choice of jobs. If you to stay at this job, no, it's telling you it's important for you to make that choice, to whatever choice that you feel is important to make right now. The beginning of the week will help you. If you make a choice, will help your energy. But make make a choice that aligns with what you want, because it is once it is that intention. So to examine what choice you need to make right now that will help you towards what you want. So choices. And then we go into the Chariot that came out before, Major Arcana and Two of Swords. So we begin Major Arcana, Major Advice. So the Chariot, interesting. Let's look at this together. So we have the Two of Wands that it's telling you energy forecast. This week starts with the advice that you need to make a choice, a very intentional choice, because it's going to change direction. So really, really think about what choices, when I ask you this, what's the first thing that comes to mind? What are choices? If I ask you, what is it that you want, and what choices do you think you need to make? What's coming to mind? So saying, time to make choices, right? To move energy, you need to make a choice. And here, the middle of the week, it says, and guess what? You get the Chariot. So whatever choice you make here, it's gonna take off. Remember, we have that energy of the moon, right? That is increasing, which is on the first quarter today. So all through this week, that energy is going up. So making a choice is going to gain momentum, right? Momentum into something that's going to make it more attainable. Major Arcana, Major Advice. Now we have the Two of Swords. Here we change the twos. This is a very intentional two, and this is a two that says, I may not have clarity right now, but the Two of Swords is telling you, all right, even if you feel that right now you don't have all the answers, right? Try to gain clarity, right? But do not stay stuck. You have a momentum energy moving you forward. You made a choice. It's not the time to doubt yourself, but even to gain more clarity, right? Remember, swords are also communication. It's time to use communication to find clarity, have conversations, ask questions, right? But keep going. Whatever choice you're making at the beginning of the week is going to take off. But even if you feel if you are struggling with doubt, if you feel stuck, no, the energy of the momentum is there. So if you need more clarity to feel more sure of yourself, ask questions, have conversations. All of this is an energy towards what you are manifesting, the things that you want. So choices, then there is a momentum taking place. Get clarity if you need to, right? And the weekend, we have one card, Major Arcana, Major Advice. We have the Emperor. The Emperor, it's a four. It is a structure. It is a stability, right? So the energy on the weekend is shifting and it's staying more stable. We go from this gaining momentum to more stable, right? So it's saying it's a very good time for you to set foundations, to structure, to plan, right? Anything that needs to be, yeah, that helps you with the stability. That's what I was trying to say. That helps you with the stability. So if you made a decision towards what you want to manifest, here, energy taking, gaining momentum, find clarity if you need to. And the weekend is all about stability, right? So anything, I would say, do anything this weekend. The advice would be to do anything this weekend that helps you feel secure and stable, right? So, but also that creates a structure and maybe if you need to plan ahead. So perhaps this weekend is all about taking it easy, not doing a lot and just staying home and planning the week ahead or planning the projects that you have coming. Or perhaps it is about hanging out with people that make you feel good and then make you feel that safe and give you that structure, right? But it is an energy of structure, of stability, good for planning. Right? It is that male energy, the emperor. So it's time for being very practical, right? Very practical, very logic. All right. So, but mostly about creating a stability and structure and planning. So it could be based on what you're manifesting or based on if it's the weekend and you're resting, what creates safety around you right now. All right. Let's read it all together. Choices, momentum, clarification, and stability. All right. So the beginning of this week, I would take some time to really reflect on the things that you want and what choices would help you attain them, right? That would be the important question. What choices? Because that's an energy that's going to be helpful. Now, the middle of the week is that there is a lot of momentum forward, right? After you, if you need more clarification on things, talk to whoever you need to talk to, ask questions, and even ask questions to yourself. Every time we ask a question to ourselves, we are making our brain work. Our brain is the biggest computer that is. It's extremely powerful. So if you ask yourself a question, that's why journaling can be so effective, right? Because you ask a question and then you yourself try to find the solution. So get clarification either from others or from yourself. There is an energy of momentum forward and success. The weekend is more about stability, feeling safe, creating a good foundation and structure. Could be for your week ahead or just for the weekend. All right, so you can reset. I hope you liked your reading. Please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this message. You help me very much if you do so. And also, there may be someone who needs to hear this. And if you want us to look at your particular situation, remember I offer private online sessions that can be done from anywhere in the world. I have clients from anywhere in the world, and you can do it either by video call, phone call, or chat. And we have three different times. You have either the quick check-in of 15 minutes, the sweet spot at 30 minutes, or the in-depth session at 1 hour. And if you prefer, or I have pre-recorded readings that can be audio or video, just like this. The link gets sent to your email, and you can download it and watch it or listen to the reading over and over again. All right. So I am a professional tarotist, a professional tarot reader with 30 years experience. I'm a board certified coach and holistic practitioner, specializing in energy healing, in chakras, chakra balancing, and I have a master's in psychology. So I bring all of this to our sessions. And again, subscribe, like, subscribe, share the videos, and get those notifications. We have something for almost every day of the week. There are daily shorts. On Sunday, we look at the energy forecast of the week. Mondays, tomorrow, we look at work and career. Tuesday, love and romance. Wednesday, we do not do tarot, it is oracle, right? And Thursdays, we do chakra or energy reading, and we have different types of different questions there. And Friday, we do the weekend messages. So you have something for almost every day of the week. All right. I hope you have a gentle rest of your day. Be kind to yourself, and brightest blessings your way.